Yo, ho, ho, ladies and gentlemen, long time no see. I know that I was live just about an hour or so ago as Bills OTAs is back in action. Definitely stay tuned for a lot of content today. Still doing Buffalo Bills Mafia happy hour at about 4:30, 5 o'clock, so we can all sit back and sort of discuss exactly what happened during OTAs. But I feel like this stream itself just like needed this overall topic. I mean, I didn't want to make this like a subsection of an episode. I feel like that there's a lot of things that we need to get off of our chest about this whole D-Hop coming to the Buffalo Bills. And I was not lying when I said that there's legitimately an arms race going on right now between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills for D-Hop. It's funny because you ask yourself this, you're just like, hey, like, and so are the Bills pursuing DeAndre Hopkins this heavily because they truly want him and need him on this team? Or are they pursuing him that heavily to make sure that he doesn't go to the Kansas City Chiefs? That's essentially what an arms race is, right? Definitely pretty interesting. I really just, sort of wanted to hang out with you guys a little bit this afternoon, lunch break, if you will. Let's make it work, baby. Let's make it work. Let's get some things off of our chest. Designated Rams fans coming in here. What's going on, brother? Thank you so much for tuning in. D-Hop will go to the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen. I love that. Speak that into existence, my friend. Speak that into existence. Pez Buff, what up? Don, what's up, man? How's the good life, bro? Hope everything is good for you. Hope everything is good. Ronald, long time no see. Long time no see. How have you been? Hope all was well. Hope you enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend. And so I know that I did. That's for sure. Dan, I'm going to tell TD you're rooting for his team. With hockey, I'm not even sure if TD follows hockey. He might. If that's the case, we'll see what he has to say. But as far as the NBA Finals, I think I'm more of like a Denver guy. Yeah. So, I think I'm going to be rooting for Denver and so to win that one. I'm definitely not going for the Heat. It's just conflicted, right? It's definitely tough. All right. What we got? And so if the Bills are not doing whatever they can to get D-Hop, then it just proves they are not trying to get a Super Bowl. I have a lot of confidence that Brandon Beane is definitely putting in his best effort, right? I think if D-Hop doesn't come to this team, I think it's just going to have to do with money. But realistically, I think the Chiefs are very much in a very similar situation as well. Like with us, they want D-Hop. So it's all going to be like up to whether or not that he's willing to accept a team-friendly deal for an opportunity at a Super Bowl. If that's the case, say that he is going for money, that it's not going to be the Chiefs or the Bills, because we really can't neither organization has enough funds to be able to give him some massive ass contract. But I feel like he's going for a bit more. What up, man? What's up? Love your lives. Thank you, man. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Since I started doing this YouTube thing full time, I've definitely been doing a lot more lives. It's just easier some way, I love talking to you guys. I love hearing exactly what Bills Mafia has to say about certain things. I still love my pre-recorded videos. That's my art, right? I love putting together some really good edited stuff, entertaining you. But lives are dope. Definitely all about it. Both, no matter what the coaches say. Absolutely. What's up, Jersey Dolphins? Slinksy, thoughts on Josh Allen's girlfriend? So I made a TikTok on that, and I was basically complimenting her, right? And so I was basically complimenting her. I took the picture of Josh Allen and his new girlfriend in New York City, and I just said, very cheeky, of course, I said, it's my fucking quarterback. Good for him. I was congratulating him. And then I feel like every single Haley Steinfeld fan page just started just getting very angry, being we don't even know who Josh Allen is. No one knows who Josh Allen is. I was like, okay, ask your dad, sweetheart. Okay, everyone knows who Josh Allen is. Okay, these are just two worlds combining right now. So that was definitely funny. What's good, Dan? We need to get that deal done. We do need to get that deal done, man. I was surprised that it's still on the table. There's got to be a wasp nests outside of this window right now, because there's been this one wasp that's been trying to get in here for the past 3 weeks. Don't mind my ADD just kicking in right there. No. I was surprised that this has lasted so long. I would have sworn that we would have heard something a bit more concrete, at least by this time. My guess, dude, is that I have a feeling that we'll probably hear today or maybe tomorrow, I would say. Definitely by June 1st. I saw some article, too, saying that the Cardinals haven't even officially released him yet, but they were just planning on it. So I'm not even sure if anything can be done at this point. Doesn't matter. You're rooting for Miami. Man, I'm waiting for the announcement. D-Hop to the Bills. I've been, literally refreshing Twitter, I would say, ever since news of his release came up for the past 3-4 days. 3-4 days. I'm sitting here sweating, and normally I get super excited about Bills OTAs too. That's normally all I think about, and I'm thinking about the clips. I want to see how Dalton Kincaid is doing, how the rookies are doing, and that's where my focus is. But my focus today, obviously, has just been, bro, announce it, announce D-Hop, make sure he picks number 5 for his jersey, so I can put a nameplate on there, save a little cash when it comes down to it, baby. But other than that, absolutely wild. If the Chiefs pick up D-Hop, It's the ultimate cheat code. It was funny you say that because I was actually having a conversation with my buddy the other day, and I feel like it's almost to a point where the Chiefs need D-Hop more than the Buffalo Bills do, in my opinion. Because really outside of Travis Kelce, like look at their receiving room, right? They have MVS and they have Kadarius Toney and they have Sky Moore. Now, a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, he's going to make those players a hell of a lot better, right? He's going to make those players a hell of a lot better, but there's no true designated wide receiver number one for the Kansas City Chiefs. I feel like the Chiefs need him more, but if this makes sense, I feel like D-Hop needs the Bills more, if that's sort of like an interesting way of looking at it. But I feel like the better fit for D-Hop would be like for Buffalo, but say that he wants to be like the unanimous first look outside of Travis Kelce, he'd pick the Chiefs. I personally think he just wants a ring. I mean, he's gotten his bag. He's done his thing. You really can't even be upset about it. Here, let me go ahead and turn some things on here. We got Jordan Smith coming in saying, hey, and so how can you stop an offense with Diggs on one side, Hopkins on the other, Kincaid in the slot, Harris, Cook, or Hines coming out of the backfield, plus Allen can beat you with his legs? You can't. This would, if Hopkins could stay healthy and all of our main playmakers can stay healthy, we can get away with a lot. We can get away with a subpar offensive line. We really could, because you have two of the best route runners in football on the opposite side. They're getting open almost immediately. So really investing in an offensive line, yes, it would be important to an extent, but everybody always turns over to Joe Burrow, right? They're just like, hey man, he absolutely accelerated and his offensive line wasn't all that good. That's true. But when you have three wide receiver ones on your team or two go-to options who create separation like nobody's business, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And that's exactly what that addition would do for Buffalo. Double teams, goodbye. Who the hell are you double teaming? Who the hell are you double teaming without getting burned in another area in that game, right? Wouldn't be able to double team Diggs because then look at that. It's D-Hop or Kincaid or Dawson Knox, right? And so you can't double DeAndre Hopkins because there's Diggs, there's Kincaid, there's Dawson Knox, there's Gabe Davis, who I think's career is going to accelerate. I really think that he's going to accelerate as that wide receiver 3. D-Hop being on this team makes this team better, but not just the talent that he provides, but the distraction that he is providing to the rest of our offense. That defensive coordinators are going to have an absolute shit show attempting to try and plan for that. It's absolutely wild. And so I have a feeling Allen is going to be on some other shit this season. Dude is going to tear. Mark my words. I feel like it is too. So I feel like it is too, man. I feel like that this year, I think that he's going to go ahead and take a step back and hopefully just really be more of a pocket passer. And listen, I love the way that Josh Allen runs. I love his ability to extend plays, to improvise when he can. But for all of us who have ever wanted something more out of Josh Allen, out of all of us that have wanted something more out of Josh Allen and not risking it too much with his legs, a guy like DeAndre Hopkins on this list is the absolute antidote that you need. It's the absolute antidote that you need to make sure that your player doesn't need to continuously scramble. And honestly, and with Ken Dorsey too, you throw D-Hop on this team with Diggs, with Kincaid, with everything like that, bro, I feel like any one of us could be calling plays. You could legitimately take a 13-year-old that's semi-decent at Madden, throw him in as Bill's offensive coordinator, and you're still probably going to be top 3 in the league for scoring offense. It's just that personnel, you need to royally fuck up. You need to royally fuck up in play calling if you can't make an offense with Diggs, D-Hop, Kincaid, Dawson Knox, Gabe Davis. Same with Damian Harris, James Cook, Josh Allen, not work. It's absolutely crazy. That's smart. Said if Bills don't get him, they will stay mediocre. And so the Bills are definitely the furthest thing on the face of the planet from mediocre, man. We're still 1,000% still a contender within this league. We have the same team coming up. And so, so we just laid an egg during that playoff appearance, right? We just picked a bad day to have a bad game, right? And it just seems to be a theme when it comes down throughout the past couple of years. But, say that D-Hop doesn't come to this team, do I still think we're going to win the AFC East? 100%. Absolutely. Like, I still think that we're the best team in the AFC East, a top contender in the AFC in general, without D-Hop. But D-Hop would like make it unanimous. Like, D-Hop would make it unanimous. And so I'm concerned that Josh is dating Haley, to be honest. Athletes that date high-profile celebrities tend to play bad. Let's hope not. Let's hope not, right? I mean, we definitely don't want another Aaron Rodgers situation where he like went through that lull when he was dating this one like movie star celebrity. I feel like he'll be fine. I think that, and like, it's not even confirmed that they're dating. Like, for all we know, Josh is going out hanging out with her, blah, blah, blah. Just like doing the thing. He'll play just fine. I assure you that. Why the Bills? Why the Bills? Why are they in an arms race for DeAndre Hopkins? Or why am I talking about the Buffalo Bills? Great question. Gabe Davis is not good, so let's get him and release Gabe. No, he is. I just think that last year, Gabe Davis was called upon to fill a role that I don't think he has the ability to fulfill, right? Like, I don't think that he's a bona fide wide receiver number 2. I think he's a tremendous wide receiver number 3, a great third look. That's what he was during that 13 seconds game, right? So 2 years ago. Him being called on being like Allen's second look couldn't fit that mold. I still think that he has a lot of gas in the tank, and I still think that he can go down as a very good receiver for this team. We just need to take some of the responsibility off of him. That's for sure. That's absolutely for sure. So Brady literally dated and married the most model of all time. Not true. Yeah, that is true. That is Tom Brady we're talking about, though. And so haven't watched the Roundtable since you announced the Jets game thing. What's the deal with that? I want to look at plane and hotel plans. Did you guys figure that out? We certainly did. We certainly did, my friend. Thank you so much for bringing that out. For anybody that doesn't know, the AFC East Roundtable, we are hosting our very first event. So we are hosting our very first event for this upcoming season. Monday Night Football, Week 1, Bills, Jets at MetLife. We are hosting an exclusive tailgate party at a bar called Red Sports Bar, where it's going to be open bar. It's going to be food provided, and there's going to be a live show of the AFC East Roundtable. I'm really hoping that TD is sad because, and so the Chargers beat the Dolphins that day before. That would be absolutely hysterical. But then it's going to be me, Richie, Tyson, TD, and then Patriots Global as well. And like, we're all going to go there and like meet up with you, have this like show. And then we're also providing tickets to the game. So like, you'll be able to actually sit with us. These tickets for the game are only on sale until June 1st. Okay. Like, the rest of the season, and so the rest of the season leading up to Monday Night Football, that tailgate party exclusively is still going to be on for sale. So that's good. So you still have an opportunity of meeting us. But if you want to go to the game, I can go ahead and actually put the ticket links in there right now. The full package is $260. So that's going to give you so the tickets to the game, and then that's also going to give you access right to the tailgate party. And then if you just wanted to go to rates, so with the tailgate party, then that's only $75. So definitely cool. I'm actually looking up this link for us right now. So we have it. Stripe. Let me log out of here. Get a link for the boys over here. Okay. Let's do sign out. Bear with me, but no, like, I mean, I'm like definitely super excited. And I would love to meet each and every single one of you. So say, for example, that you want to go to the game, then definitely check it out. And like, I mean, I would say like the tickets are pretty solid. Like, I mean, like we're like in the upper level, but it's like right by the end zone from what I understand. So super excited there. Yeah, bear with me. I'm just going on ahead and I'm just grabbing this link for you guys to check it out if anybody wants to join the boys over at MetLife Stadium. Because I definitely need some Bills fans there, bro. I definitely need some Bills fans there. They're like, there's been like quite a few tickets sold already. Vast majority of them seem to be Jets fans. So I'm hoping that I'll at least have a couple of like people to work on here. Let's go AFC East Roundtable. I think that's it. Great link. Even do this. Buy button. Copy. There you go. Cool. All right. So this is the link right over here, ladies and gentlemen. Say, for example, that you do want to go on ahead and join us at the AFC's Roundtable very, very first event. Go check out that link. I'm going to pin it in the YouTube comments, and then we'll get back into the live chat and we'll get back into discussing what really matters, and that's DeAndre Hopkins. But we got that. There's me watching myself. Making sure this works. Let me see. Let me double check, make sure this link works. Yep. So with 260, so you have the opportunity of paying card. You can do Cash App too. Whatever you want to do, check that out. That is buying tickets to the AFC East Roundtable live event. I really hope to be able to see all of you there immediately. Okay, let's go ahead and hit some of this chat real fast. We got Chris 716 coming in. What up, man? Hope all is well. How does the fact that Hopkins was in Houston and was at NRG? How does the fact that Hopkins was in Houston? I'm pretty sure he still lives there, or maybe that was Von Miller I was thinking about. Yeah, I don't see a reunion with Houston at all. I also saw that the Browns are not into the DeAndre Hopkins contest either. I really think it's only Bills and Chiefs at this point. Davis played through injury last season. He's going to be on a warpath along with Allen. I hope so, baby. B. Jones coming in. I want to see the Bills win the Super Bowl so damn bad. I feel like we all do, brother. I feel like we all do, man. That's been something that a lot of us have been looking for a long time. I think this is going to be it. Listen, you put a D-Hop on this roster, our offense is literally impossible to beat. Might be silly, but with all the construction going on and D-Hop being forced to deal with it, could that dissuade him? We all hate traffic. Man. Definitely an interesting take. Not something that has been brought to the table as of yet. Definitely not something that has been brought to the table as of yet. I don't think something like traffic would dissuade him. Like, there's like no way there. I think that he's just been really focused on the fact that he likes Josh Allen. And when it comes to his career, he wants to play with a quarterback like that. I feel like his top priority of like wants and needs are going to be more of like, hey, I want to be on the best opportunity of winning a ring. But then again, I mean, we went through that exact same thing with JJ Watt, right? Just a few years ago, where it's, oh yeah, he's going to want to come to Buffalo because he wants an opportunity of winning a ring. But then he ends up signing with the Cardinals for like a bag. You know what I mean? And so do you think Bean pays Gabe? Where it stands now, no. Yeah, where it stands now, no. Like, I mean, this dude needs to have an absolute crazy season for us to be able to like pick up his 5th-year option. If not, like maybe like a team-friendly deal. But as far as like a bag, like, no, I definitely wouldn't see that being like at like the highest priority. He would probably just hope that Shorter could develop very well or Shakir could develop very well, which is interesting too, because that completely throws a wrench in for our wide receiver room. If Diop is on this team, like you need to make a decision. You're just like, okay, so who's making this team? Shorter, Shakir, or who's the other one? Or Sherfield or Hardy? Like, which one of those is a casualty? That's the question. Okay, we got Melissa Stage coming in. I'm praying he doesn't go to Kansas City. I feel like everybody in the world is. Praying that he doesn't go to Kansas City. That's like the whole significance of an arms race, right? It's not even so much that the Bills want him like really bad. It's more so like we have to make sure that he stays as far away from Kansas City as humanly possible. It's just kind of how that looks like. John is saying, which running backs do you think we keep other than Cook? I wouldn't be surprised if we run with 4. As far as like game day actives, I wouldn't say that 4 would be active each and every single time, but I definitely Damian Harris. In fact, I'm thinking that he's probably going to be our bell cow back. As long as he can stay healthy, that guy's a dude, man. Like, he's like that power back you need. He killed us that one year during that absolute nonsense, like win game, like from New England. Definitely Damian Harris, James Cook. Definitely Nyheim Hines, just because I have a feeling that they loved what he did on special teams as well. And then also Buffalo Bills. I'm just checking out the depth chart, making sure that this is my situation. And Latavius Murray, 1,010%. And so Latavius Murray is easily going to make the squad too. Dude's 34, still an absolute power back, dude. Like, still getting, like 4 yards per carry on average. I feel like we run with all of them. And let's just hope that we can actually implement. And let's hope we can actually implement a run game this year. That would be absolutely sick. Kay is coming in saying Josh Allen is dating Haley Steinfeld. I know, man. I know. I made a TikTok the other day where it was super innocent. It was super innocent. I just had a picture of Josh Allen and Haley, and I said, looks like Josh Allen's dating Haley Steinfeld now. That's my fucking quarterback. Like, yeah, like happy, right? And then like a bunch of like fan pages of Haley Steinfeld, they started chirping me. And they were just like, no one even knew who Josh Allen was until this. I was like, excuse me. Don't you dare put slander like that. That's slander like that on me for the rest of your life. Absolutely. But yes, I did see that. Hopefully he'll be able to still make it work. Me too. Actually, the Jets would be a nightmare too. Absolutely. But I don't think the Jets are even in the conversation. They should be for an arms race situation. What is the magic number contract to sign DeAndre Hopkins? So we were discussing this a little earlier today. I think 1-year deal is like financially almost impossible unless like he's fine with taking like a massive signing bonus and going through with it. I think ideally what I would like is I would like a 2-year, like 17, $18 million deal with the vast majority of it converted into a signing bonus when he signs this year. And then the big hit that is going to take be backloaded toward the end of that contract. So I would love a multi-year deal, like 2 or 3 years, and then have that massive number backloaded toward the end. Yes. Is that going to screw us for the future? Absolutely. It's how it is. We'll be in cap hell after a move like that. But at some point, like, when are you going to realize that the future is now, right? Like, this is our opportunity to win a Super Bowl. Like, if you want to plan for the future, yeah, that's great. But the future is now for Buffalo. Like, we want to win a Super Bowl. Let's stop fucking around. Let's do it. Let's bring DeAndre Hopkins onto this team. I feel like that there's like really no other question behind it. Just look at me. Just look at me sitting here still refreshing Twitter, like hoping that I see, oh, it looks like D-Hop is signed with the Buffalo Bills. That would be absolutely crazy. So if we could pay Vaughn that huge amount, we could pay D-Hop. Absolutely. Listen, there's ways to manipulate the cap, and Brandon Beane is very good at it. I'm definitely not thinking that it won't happen. It definitely will. And we'll just do like a backloaded contract, nice signing bonus, and then boom, he's playing with a quarterback that he's been talking up for a long time. I didn't know who Haley Steinfeld was before Josh. I know, exactly. We're bringing 2 and 2 together. We're bringing 2 and 2 together. 2 worlds. Linda, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Right on, Dan. The future is now. That's what I'm talking about. Stop saying, oh, no. Like, say, like, we pay, like, D-Hop, like, all of this. Like, we manipulate the cap. Like, we're screwing ourselves for the future. The future is now, ladies and gentlemen. It's now. So make that move. Put us in cap hell in 2025, 2026. I don't give a shit. Get that man on this team. Win me a Super Bowl, and I'm fine with a drought for another 5 years after that. I really am. If you were to give me a Lombardi, and then we just like go like on like 1 or 2 years of rebuild, for sure, sign me up. Fuck those picks. Fuck that cap space. Bring it. Linda, thank you so much for donating to the channel. Definitely a massive help right here. Sky's the Limit's coming in and saying that he doesn't believe that there is no way a 2-year, $18 million. He's a $15 million plus receiver a year, bro. Yeah, most definitely. Well, like, I mean, somebody asked me what my magic number was. I'm not necessarily saying that he would take that. Like, on the fence about it, because I'm not sure how much I want to take this seriously, because when it comes into media training, most players are going to be like, yeah, like, I want to go to a team where I have a good opportunity of winning. I love Josh Allen. I think that I would love to end my career catching passes from him. I'm hoping that his list of priorities is just where he would take a deal like that. Just to be on a team that could actually give him a ring, to like solidify his legacy. I feel like that's, yeah. And then with Kay just came in as well, said the exact same thing. Great point. He said he already got paid from Arizona. Absolutely. That team still owes him like $22.7 million. So the bag is probably one of his least concerns. Like, the least of his concerns is getting the bag. There's absolutely no other way. So that's why I'm kind of hoping that he would be able to take a deal. As long as he's not on the Chiefs. As long as it's not on the Chiefs, I'm good. Like, I mean, damn, bro. Like, send him to Miami, I'd be all right with it. I wouldn't be concerned. And so the Bengals don't need him. Nothing. Okay, so what Jersey Dolphin says, are y'all forgetting D-Hop was caught taking PEDs last season? Or was all of that BS? No. He was suspended for 6 games. And I mean, dude, just be honest with yourself, man. Like, really, when it comes down to it, like, all players take PEDs. Like, they do. It's just like the league picks and chooses. Like, they pick and choose who they test, like, based off of like this. Like, this is like me, like, putting my tinfoil hat on. But I can't remember the last time that, like, a star in the NFL, like, in his playing prime, was actually punished for it and caught, unless it was egregious. And I'm not saying that D-Hop is out of his prime, but like back when he was in his prime, dude, come on. It's just is what it is. I'm not concerned about it. If he was taking PEDs, whatever. Dude, it's not my fault. As long as he's not doing it now, and as long as he doesn't like make a risk of him not being out on the field for the Buffalo Bills, like it's not going to turn me away from wanting to sign one of the best receivers in the league. It's wild. Forsaken Resi coming in saying, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. We need to block Kansas City from getting him. Dude, absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, like I've been struggling for the past few days asking myself if I really want D-Hop, or do I just not want Kansas City to get him? Like, what do I want more? I feel like that's kind of been a question for me. Yeah. Okay. It's just like all professional athletes are on some sort of PED. 110%. 110%. It's just the league picks and chooses like who to test, right? Tua is 100. Oh, man. Starting rumors on the stream. Dude definitely put on some weight over the offseason. That's for sure. Sky's the limits coming in. It's all about the money at the end of the day. No player is going to come out and blatantly say that, but we all know who's going to pay him the most. Yeah, most definitely. I know that there's going to be a lot of teams out there. Like, I mean, I do believe that he does like truly want to be on a contender, like almost a unanimous. I said this last week, but I said like the top 4 teams that I could see him going to is the Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens, and then what was the other one? I think I said the Browns, but like, and so their head coach just ended up putting something out saying that they're happy with their receiver room and they wouldn't even be a part of the conversation. But it sounds like out of all teams that are in consideration at this point, the Bills and the Chiefs have been the most involved in this. Spin 0481. D-Hop will take our offense to a different level. Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. That's why I'm talking about, like, stop worrying about, and so what the cap's going to look like in 2026. Stop worrying about what the cap's going to look like in 2027. If you have an opportunity of bringing this guy to this offense this year, especially with the schedule we have this year, y'all, like, I mean, our schedule is not easy this year. It is not easy at all. We drew a pretty shitty hand, okay, as far as the schedule is concerned. We play a lot of good teams, a lot of good defenses. So, in my opinion, I really think screwing us financially in the future to get a receiver like DeAndre Hopkins on this roster this year, when your team is literally as loaded as it's going to be in a very long time, because next year we're going to be having an entire different conversation. Like, if you were to be able to fast forward, look into the future, and like see my video of like us going through like the Bills 53-man roster, or like the projection, there's going to be a lot of good names on there that are going to be gone. This is the year where we take advantage of it. Sign it. Screw us financially in the future. I don't care. Do it. For what it's worth, Bills have more money to spend than the Chiefs. It's just how the Bills are willing to pay. Yeah. Like I said, if it does happen, just definitely see it being converted a lot into a signing bonus, where it doesn't go against the cap this year, or maybe it does a little bit. There's still guys on this team that could be restructured. There's still several people on this roster right now that would be able to make a little bit of room for us to sort of have some wiggle room when it comes into signing D-Hop. One in particular is Trey White. And so I know that we could restructure him if necessary, and then Deion Dawkins as well. I'm pulling up Spot Track in case anybody hasn't checked out Spot Track. It's like the number one place to like look at salary cap see what you can do. I'll go ahead and I'll just share my screen. I will stop being stingy here. But yeah, this is spot track right here. Like we can see who hasn't been restructured. Yeah, so let's manage the roster here. See who we can restructure at this point. All right. So Josh Allen, we already did him though. Trey White, like with Deion Dawkins, like restructure him a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so we could do that, and then we would have about $4 million afterwards. Or like less than that, excuse me. And then Mitch Morse, 1,000% could be restructured. Maybe Taron Johnson, if it's even worth it. Yeah, I don't know. Like there's definitely an opportunity for us to be able to save some money and get him paid. I'm not concerned. Like I have nothing but faith that Brandon Beane is going to be able to make it work. He's done it before. There's a lot of players that could be restructured, and definitely look for a contract like that. So to be heavily reliant on the signing bonus. There's absolutely no way. So I see 107 people in here, guys. Welcome. Say, for example, you're new here. My name is Dan Mitchell. I regularly put out videos about the Buffalo Bills and the NFL. If that's your cup of tea, subscribe to this channel, baby. Smash that like button. Always a great way to support. I put out content Monday through Friday every single day, a lot of it. So if that's your style, come and make it work. I did notice, however, that out of the 107 of you watching, only 27 like buttons have been smashed. I didn't even like my own video. Look at that. I just did. They say, like, you should always vote for yourself, right? Especially in politics. So make sure you smash that like button for me. Show some love. Thank you so much for coming in. We're talking about D-Hop today, y'all. It's the D-Hop watch. Once again, still nothing. I'm not sure about you guys, but I have been religiously refreshing Twitter, trying to see what I could do. If D-Hop signs with us, realistically speaking, what are Josh Allen's stats, including rushing as well? I definitely see him over 5,000 yards passing, first time in his career. I see him over 5,000 yards passing, which I am very excited about. I think rushing stats will go down. I think that we'll still see some of those design runs. I think that we will still see some of those design runs. Then that's it. Definitely crazy. Okay. Diggs and D-Hop on the field will be tough for the other teams defensively. Absolutely. Like that and Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, Gabe Davis is going to be a hell of a lot better, like at a limited role, 110% better. And then our run game, which I'm so confident in Damian Harris this year. I'm so confident. I know everyone's trying to fit the narrative. He's trying to fit the narrative, saying that James Cook is going to be like our back, right? It's got to be Damian Harris, as long as he can stay healthy. So I guess in retrospect, I can see why people are calling that. Dan Mitchell, I got you in your comments. I replied to have the comment section. You got to check it out. Like Alden is way more known for Pete's sake. This man is the most jerseys sold. I love it. Absolutely. Come on, it's Josh Allen here. Get it together, Dan. I know. I need you to lock in, Dan. So lock in on what, bro? Danny Foster. And so if Bean don't do whatever he has to do and to grab Hopkins, he allows the Chiefs to grab him. Bean will be the cause of us getting beat by Kansas City again and again and again. Yeah. I mean, really at this point, I see there being no excuse. Whatsoever. You start off first off, this is the third time that these rumors are even here, right? Like we heard about it in free agency. We heard about it during the draft, and now we're hearing about it right before June 1st. When he was on the Cardinals, and the only way that we were able to pick him up was to just shell out a bunch of assets. Me personally, I would have given them a second, third round pick for DeAndre Hopkins. I would have. Bean rolled the dice, and he said, you know what? Arizona is going to drop him. Just release him, and then that way we can only negotiate with him. I feel like that was a strategy all along, but now he needs to execute. He can keep his precious draft picks. He can keep, sending off anybody that would cost us a lot of money or anything like that. I feel like this is the best case scenario. And now that he waited for all of this to happen, he 1,000% needs to make it work. Turbo coming in saying Josh Allen is overrated. I'm not necessarily sure who you root for, man, but I'm willing to bet that you would probably cut your left arm off for Josh Allen to be your quarterback. 110%. Just saying that is so clearly a troll. It like has no significant weight of being a like actual take that I could take seriously. If we get D-Hop, Josh will win MVP. 5,000 yards. He's going to sort of take a step back from rushing as much as he can. Dude's the man. Dude's the absolute man. And so I don't care who our number one running back is, as long as they are able to keep the defense honest is the most important thing. I think the biggest issue last year, yes, it was the offensive line to an extent. I love the Osiris Torrance pickup. Like, dude's a great run blocker. Very good in pass protection, too. Like, no sacks, like, given up for quite some time. But I think last year, like, everyone gave Dorsey all of the shit in the world for never committing to the run. I think that it not only had to do with the offensive line, but it also had to do like with the absence of a true power rush, which we didn't have. So this year we have Damian Harris and we have Latavius Murray, who are absolute studs, especially in that category. And with Osiris Torrance, I really see our run game being able to not only be implemented a hell of a lot more, because now I feel like Dorsey like has faith like in the personnel that we can actually run the ball a bit. I mean, if Damian Harris can come back like at his full force, which is about like 4.6, 4.7 yards per carry, and then same thing with Latavius Murray, 33 years old, yeah, but dude's still carrying it, 4 yards per carry. If we could do that, man, just chip away at these defensive lines and then unleash D-Hop and Diggs, it'll be over with. It'll be absolutely over with. How many total yards do you think the Bills offense have this upcoming year for overall yards? So I wouldn't put like a specific number, but I guarantee you like we'll definitely be top 3 as far as yards per game. Like I mean, say that I had to guess, like we'll probably be like 280, 290 yards per game. Like passing at least, like by itself. Rushing, hopefully 100 per game would be ideal. But would love to see a 290 average per game and passing and a little over 100. Just saying. Mongoose is coming in. He said that D-Hop might want a bag. He can say he wants to ring as much as he wants, but if some dark horse walks in with a 15 million bag, he's taking that. Yeah. Like, I mean, sometimes that money's kind of hard to say no to. It's absolutely hard to say no to. What's up, my boy? By the way, Mongoose is my boy. I'm hoping you're wrong, though. I'm really hoping you're wrong, and I'm really hoping that no dark horse team comes in with just like a shit ton of money, and like he goes like back to Houston or something, like something stupid. Like, bro, like come on, man. And so do you want to compete? And so do you want the legacy, or do you want to add on even more cash from the 22.7 mil that Arizona already owes you in general? That's why I think that it's not going to be as much of a factor as it would be if Arizona like walked away chalk clean and like didn't owe him that much. Then yeah, maybe we might be having a different conversation. When we go to Hot Fish, yo man, you let me know. Man. I'm in North Myrtle right now, so Hot Fish is a bit of a drive, but next time I'm in your neck of the woods, bro, we'll definitely chill. We'll hang out. So we see Dorsey making use of all these weapons and making similar mistakes as last year. Would adding Hopkins give him a sugar high and a bend in the run game for another year? I hope not. I really hope not. That's actually a really interesting take, Mike. He loved the pass game when all we had, like realistically, was Diggs, because he completely ignored Knox last year. Like, I wouldn't even put all the blame on Dorsey for that either. Like, we needed as much blocking help as possible for our offensive line. So I could see why Knox wasn't really implemented as often as we wanted to last year. But no, I don't. I think that this would sort of give him just a bit more confidence. I think that this is going to give Josh Allen, and so like a bit of a metaphorical protection, right? Because yes, like our offensive line hasn't improved significantly this offseason. I'm excited about Osiris Torrance, but there's still holes there. I think that Josh is still going to suffer some pressure, but the metaphorical protection that is being put on Josh is the fact that you have you would have two of the best route runners in the league. All right. And these double teams are going to be going off of Diggs, especially if D-Hop's there. So like, that these guys are going to be creating separation almost immediately. So I think that Dorsey might improve this year. I really do. And plus, dude, honestly, like I feel like we're like way too hard on Dorsey either. Like if you look at overall points per game, yards per game, like offensive efficiency, the difference between Dable's offense's final like year here and Dorsey's from last year is so marginal. It is so marginal. Like the stats are literally like a decimal point like of a percentage like of a difference. The biggest difference between Dable and Dorsey was the fact that we hit on a hell of a lot more 50-50 plays with Dable. It was just the luck of the draw. It was the absolute luck of the draw. We just nailed those 50-50 plays with Dable, and then that following year, they just didn't always go into our favor. But as far as offensive production was concerned last year, statistically, the same. Absolutely the same. Not saying that it doesn't need to improve. It definitely needs to improve. It always needs to improve. But the main difference between Dable and Dorsey, it's not that much, bro. It's not that much. How should our defense be without Edmonds? Great question. We're going to have to see. We're definitely going to have to see. I know that they're talking about Dorian Williams perhaps taking over as middle linebacker. I know that he played outside a lot when he was in college, but he's a great coverage back. He really was. So him and Milano sort of just being like those coverage backs in the backfield for a linebacker, that's just going to have to be the Band-Aid. Do I think that he is going to be like the absolute best run stopper? Do I think that he's going to fill the shoes of Edmonds? Absolutely not. But I think that you can, at the very least, like be able to hop in and make some sort of production. I love the Poona Ford signing. I really do. I love the depth that we have like at defensive tackle. I think that that's also going to put a Band-Aid on Edmonds' absence as well, because I think that we're going to have a better time stopping the run this year with Poona Ford. Very high on this guy. I really, really am. But we're just going to have to see, right? There's a weak point in every single team. And I would say if I had to guess any weak point in this team, it's that linebacker room. But when you still have Matt Milano, who is one of the best coverage linebackers in the league, I really hope he retires at Bill. He's one of my favorite Buffalo. He's one of my favorite football players in general. Really hope that he can just do that. Okay, Michael's coming in saying, how will Kincaid impact the offense in general? Man, I really hope that we look at him as our glorified slot receiver. I really, really do. I don't want to see him in blocking situations. I just want to see him be a damn Travis Kelce 2.0. It pissed me off because I'm not sure if anybody was watching the Ken Dorsey press conference today right before OTAs, but guy legitimately stepped up and he was just like, yeah, like, we have no idea how we're going to implement this guy. Like, he needs to show us who he is, and we need to show him who we are. It's still up in the air. Like, it was probably just coaches speak, just absolute nonsense, but absolutely crazy. Oh, my guy. Thank you, King Cat. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Helps the channel out tremendously. This guy is a massive viewer of the AFC East Roundtable, coming in and showing some love. King Cat, thank you so much, man. That takes the channel and it brings it a long way. You are the absolute man. Speaking of the AFC East Roundtable, guys, like I said, if you're just getting here and you're interested, we are actually throwing our very first AFC East Roundtable events Monday Night Football right before the big game. As a matter of fact, this is including tickets to Bills Jets, where you will be sitting with myself, Richie, TD, Tyson, and Patriots Global watching the game. Hopefully the Buffalo Bills win. Hopefully they do, or otherwise it's going to be a long day for your boy. But then right before that, we're also having this exclusive tailgate party at Red Sports Bar. It's across the street from MetLife. It's going to be an open bar. There's going to be food. There's going to be a live show of the AFC East Roundtable. If you're interested in that full package, this full package is only available until June 1st. After June 1st, you can still go to our tailgate party. Those tickets will be on sale all the way up until September 10th, right before September 11th. So if you're interested, secure your ticket right now. That link is pinned in my live comments. Go on ahead and knock that out. We need some Bills fans there, baby. We need some Bills fans there. All right. So Donnie Foster's coming in and saying, I don't know why Bean sticks with Spencer Brown. Guy is a big for nothing statue. He was very disappointing last year. I don't know why he loves him that much. I'm hoping that maybe he comes out and he does play somewhat like of a significant impact. Maybe he just had like a slump last year. Sophomore slumps are real. I'm hoping he will be good, but at the end of the day, we'll see. King Cat coming in again. You got to read my super chat. Oh, dude, I saw it, baby. I saw go Jets is what you're saying. I can't believe you had me say that on my own stream. King Cat, you are the man. Thank you so much. Huge, huge supporter of the AFC East Roundtable. Always a good thing. King Jamie the Mad coming in saying, sorry I was late for the show, Dan. I had to swing by Richie's channel and say hi to the Chiefs streams. No, dude, listen, man, I appreciate you coming in. This is also yet another loyal viewer of the channel, of the AFC East Roundtable and my own show. It's definitely wild because, I mean, back in the day when I started this, I was only expecting Bills fans, like, right to be watching me, but it's wild how many different fan bases come on and, like, they just like hearing a fan just talk about football. It's humbling. It's super cool. Love when these guys come up and show out. Definitely a good thing. And so we may hate each other's teams, but we vibe with each other on a personal level. I love it. So Edmonds left a big hole to fill with Justin Houston still out there. Guess he doesn't fit Bean's nice guy soft culture. Yeah, dude. I think that Bean is just really trying to teeter around where, like, he's trying to, like, make a gamble and make us win a Super Bowl. But at the same time, he's also like, you know what? I kind of like my job. So if, like, I go all in and then I pay like a Justin Houston or I pay a D-Hop and bring him this team and we don't win the Super Bowl and we're in cap hell 2-3 years down the road, will I still have a job? So I think he's still battling with that. I still feel like he's battling with that overall situation. I think that he's going to make the move, though. I really think that he's going to make the move. If Brandon Beane doesn't make the move for D-Hop, or if he is not on the call with his agent, if he is not in regular contact with D-Hop's agent, I would be shocked. I guarantee you that he knows who they are, what D-Hop can bring to this table, bring to this organization. He's 1,000% making a call. It's just absolutely how it is. We have Josiah coming in saying that Sherfield will be better than Davis. Yeah, dude. I mean, I know that everyone, like, so really all my friends from the Dolphins love Sherfield. So they have had, like, nothing but very good things to say about him. Fast dude. Still don't sleep on Gabe Davis, though. Like I've said this a million times. And so like I've said this a million times, I think that they called on him to play a role that he just isn't capable of fitting. I think he's much better as a wide receiver 3. He does need to clean up that drop situation too. So Donnie's absolutely right. That drop situation needs to be cleaned up almost immediately. It's just how it is. Spin 0481. Is D-Hop officially released, or do we have to wait until 4 p.m. for it to be official? I saw something the other day saying that Arizona hasn't officially released DeAndre Hopkins. That was yesterday. It's got to be official. Okay, so we have... No, he is. So right now, D-Hop, I'm seeing this article right now. He put down an Instagram story, I guess. Hold on. Let's watch this together, ladies and gents, because apparently he put something on his Instagram story yesterday. Okay. I want to see this. I want to see what he put on the... what was on D-Hop's Instagram story? Okay, this is not what I was looking for. That... Show me the Insta story, baby. Oh, the Lions are... Oh, yeah, the Lions were the other team I was considering. The Patriots? Nah. Why the hell would he want to go there? So he can finish last in his division? And the Vikings? I don't know about the Vikings. Relax. He thinks it's going to be the Chiefs. Okay, Deadspin. Who the hell watches these people? Anyway. King Jamie the Mad's coming in with a donation. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And so the AFC is better than the NFC because we were a big family. Sure, there are cousins we don't like so much, but most of us get along. Go Chiefs. Yeah, dude, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. I mean, there's no talent at all, like, in the NFC. And so if you were to take, like, the top 3 teams, and so if you were to... No, what did this Insta say? Somebody just... Hold on. But yeah, most definitely. Say, for example, that you were to take the top 3 teams in the AFC and put them in the NFC, then, like, I can almost guarantee you that, like, they would all win their respective divisions and probably be like seeds 1 through 3. There's such a disconnect of how it works. Okay, I'm going DeAndre Hopkins, which is okay, what's his Instagram story right now? I'm not seeing anything on Insta. He said, thank you, Arizona. That was 3 days, though. That was 3 days ago. Here, I'm sitting here Googling some stuff. Let's see what's going on. DeAndre Hopkins Instagram story. Instagram story. Fueling hope he'll join the Patriots. What is this? That was 3 hours ago. Let's see what this Patriots wire guy's got to say. Like, really, at the end of the day, man, I feel like that I would just want to continuously tease. No, not at all. And so the Eagles are incredible. So I'm just saying, I mean, really outside of the damn. And so outside of the Eagles, I mean, what's like another team in the NFC where you're like, damn, like they're good? The Niners? Like, yeah, like there's definitely some teams that are up there, but I think there's absolutely no debate that the AFC is far more talented than the NFC. And so the Eagles are incredible. But yeah. And so, I mean, like maybe outside of 3 teams, it's the Niners. I put the Cowboys there too and the Eagles. Everybody else just doo-doo. And the DeAndre Hopkins IG story today was this. Hold on. Let's watch this together. What's going on here? DeAndre Hopkins. What is this? Skip ad. Skip ad. Get out of here. This was his story. And so Patriots fans really can't like take that seriously, right? It's like you really can't take that seriously of him just like literally at the gym just doing a random Instagram story of like a Tom Brady situation. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You're reading way too much into it. I'm not, but the media is. Fucking media, bro. Dude, it's that time of the year, man. It's that time of the year where like they need content and they need clicks. So they're going to come up with anything, absolutely anything to make it work. So the 49ers don't know who their quarterback is. They really don't. They really don't. But I mean, honestly, when it comes to the 49ers, just about anybody on earth that could be a quarterback for the 49ers. And they'd probably still win over. And so they'd still be over 500. It's almost a guaranteed fact. So as far as I see, our run game will be dominant. We already had a dominant run game. Now, since we have actual run blockers, and especially since we got into the guy off the Dolphins, our gaps will be open now. Let's hope so. Let's really, really hope that that's the case. I'm hoping Brandon Shell and so can come up. In fact, I'm like curious as well. Like, and so like out of all the Dolphins fans in here, like what do y'all think about Brandon Shell? Because some of my buddies that like the Dolphins like aren't necessarily high on the guy, and they're like, yeah, he's gonna disappoint you. So if anybody's a Dolphins fan in here, which I'm sure there's probably a couple, just do me a favor and like let me know what we should think about Shell. Was he a good run blocker? Was he known for pass protection? What's this thing about it? Let us know. Fish Mafia is coming in. Hopkins will ask for 15 million, 18 million. My guess since OBJ got 15 million. Yeah. I think that's normally what everybody has been saying. Hopefully he'd be fine with like a 3-year deal on that and just have the majority of it as like a signing bonus. I just want to see what Brandon Beane can do. I just really want to see what Brandon Beane can do and like sort of manipulate the cap as much as humanly possible and just make it work. I mean, that's going to be my thing. Oh man, you about to see a story how Bill Belichick ate tacos like on a Wednesday and not on a Tuesday. Yeah, man, most definitely. Media just coming up with a bunch of just random stuff, absolutely wild. And so you about to see the story how Bill Belichick ate tacos. I already read that one. Tua has put on some weight. I saw that. I'm not sure if it's muscle or I'm not sure if like he was just eating his feelings this offseason. He's a shell of his former self, Aaron Humphries. I like that. Shakir needs to be more involved this year in the pass game as well. I thought with the opportunities of Shakir, like what he took advantage of last year, he did very well. We know that like Sean McDermott's pretty hesitant on giving a heavy payload onto a rookie. So maybe this year we'll see a bit more of what he can actually do for this team. I'm just sort of curious to see about what sort of snaps he's going to be taking, right? I mean, with Dalton Kincaid, like, I mean, if he lives up to the hype like everyone's saying he's going to, he's essentially going to be our slot guy. He's essentially going to be our slot receiver. So I'd be interested to see how many snaps Shakir gets. But if Duke can play, Duke can play. Shakir is elite. You're right about that. Damn, bro, we calling him elite? I hope so. I really hope you're right. I really hope you're right. So Dolphins fan checking in from Beirut, Lebanon. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for hopping in. We were actually just talking about Brandon Shell. What do Bills fans need to know about Brandon Shell? Like some of my buddies that are Dolphins fans, like they don't have the best things to say. And like he's not going to be like a giant impact. But I feel like a lot of us are kind of interested to see like what you thought about him as a fan, because we could see that. Which game are you most excited for this season? Monday Night Football, 110%. I think that that's going to be a huge indicator of where this Buffalo Bills team fits. That and for the AFC East. So it's helpful. It's definitely helpful that so with the AFC East, Roundtable is having our event during that day. So I have an opportunity of meeting a lot of fans of the AFC East Roundtable live show, tickets to the game. Very much looking forward to that. And then also I'm pretty excited about the Cowboys game too. My buddy's a big Cowboys fan, so I'm dragging him to Buffalo for a game. I think he's going to love it. So Donnie Foster saying, I hope we bring back Beasley. Yeah, dude. Like, and so the team loves him. And so the teammates love him and everything along those lines. I know he's not under contract. Unfortunately, I just think our wide receiver room was just too stacked, like as is. And that's even before like D-Hop, right? I love Cole Beasley, and so what he did for Josh Allen's development and everything like that, but I'm just really not seeing much of that. So do you think John Brown will make a return? Maybe he might get invited to camp. I'm not necessarily sure, but like I said, man, I think that our wide receiver room is just where it is. And so I think our wide receiver room is just where it needs to be already. So I just really don't think about that. Thoughts on Kyer Elam? He's about to have a breakout season. I think Kyer Elam is about to have an absolute breakout season this year. I think that with the opportunities that he was given, I think that when Benford ended up starting over him, it sort of lit a fire under his ass. He won us that Dolphins playoff game. As Kyer Elam. And it was like, I was still scratching my head. Being like, why the hell is he not starting against the Bengals in the playoffs the next game? Like, dude won that game for us, like all out in the field. I have a sneaking suspicion that Kyer Elam will break out this year. I really do. So Cole Beasley's done. Yeah, dude. I definitely think like he's like in like the twilight of his career. Okay. And plus he did end up going out on some podcasts or even on Twitter, and he was saying something along the lines of like with Cole Beasley. And so Beasley stated that like if he's not at a training camp, and like he doesn't get like a full offseason to prepare and like get ready, then he's just going to retire. So unless he makes it to a training camp, which I don't know, I'm just not seeing it. If we get D-Hop, so do we have to cut another receiver, and who do we cut? Very, very difficult question. We were just talking about this, right? So I'm going to share the roster, show you guys exactly, because typically we carry 6. We carry 6 historically. So Stephon Diggs, you have Gabe Davis, and Shakir. These 3 locks. And let's pretend that D-Hop's on this roster right now. Dude, right between that, so it would have to be either Sherfield, Hardy, or Shorter. So one of those 3 would have to be a casualty. One of those 3. If I had to guess, I don't think that we would cut somebody that we invested so heavily in within the draft. Like, although he wasn't an early round pick by any stretch of the imagination. I think it would be between Sherfield and Hardy, honestly, if that happened. I'm not necessarily sure what you guys think about that, but I think that's probably what would happen, in my opinion. The Back It Up Binge podcast. And so as a Finns fan to me, All roads still lead through Buffalo this season. Painful to say. Dude, it's going to be interesting, man. I think the AFC East is definitely challenging the AFC North for, I would say, the most talented division in football. That's me right now. I really think that that's just how these things work out. And so the Dolphins got better. Like, I love Fangio, and so I think that he's going to do wonderfully. And so I think that he's going to do absolutely wonderful when it comes into that overall defense. And then with Jalen Ramsey, obviously, he's going to be pretty good. I think it really all depends on, can you get a full 17 games out of Tua, like for the Dolphins? You know what I mean? Like, can you truly get a full 17-game season out of them? The Jets are scary too. Like, their damn defense is solid. I mean, really, every single defense in this AFC East is very, very, very talented. I mean, I'm not even going to lie to you, man. Like, say that I were to give a hot take on this season alone, specifically with the AFC East, it would be that every single divisional game is going to be one of those really annoying games to watch. Like, a really annoying game to watch, right? Like, it's going to be low scoring. It's going to be annoying. It's going to be a defensive battle. I'm talking every single AFC East matchup. I really think, like, there's not going to be any blowouts, like, when our teams play each other. It's just how it is. It's annoying, but until McDaniel won you that game, poor play calling. Yeah, my dude's getting stoned on the sideline, bro. Oh, man, that's funny. We didn't show up for the Cincinnati Bengals game. It was sad. Yeah, dude, like, listen. And so I understand that sometimes, like, teams have a bad day. It's just frustrating that we just chose to have a bad day of football. The worst football I've seen the Buffalo Bills play in like 3 years. 3 years, like, from that game. That was the worst play I think I have ever seen from the Buffalo Bills since 2019. It was absolutely pathetic. I was upset about it, but what can you do? What can you do? So Donnie Foster's coming in saying Hardy is too injury prone. He's too small. Yeah. He definitely would be like a gadget guy for us. Like, I think that he would probably try and fill in the gap with Isaiah McKenzie and stuff like that. But so D Hopkins is going to be a Chief week 1. Don't you put that evil on me, bro. Don't you put that evil on me, man. Bring him on over to Buffalo. So it's almost $5 million cap hit if we cut Hardy. He's making the roster. Smart. Very, very smart. So there, it would either be Sherfield or then it would be shorter. Or maybe we keep 7 receivers on the 53 and just activate 6. I'm not entirely sure. I think there's a lot of depth, like, on the offensive line that McDermott's going to want to keep on 53. Same thing with defensive line. So he would just have to pick and choose. Maybe he just runs with 3 running backs and not 4. I don't know. Some questions would need to be filled. So it's almost a $5 million cap hit if we cut Hardy. He's making the roster. Love that. So Davis cost us 2 game-winning drops. Him in the numbers. So I hit him in the numbers against Miami and the Jets. Same exact drops. Oh, man. I do remember that. Say, for example, I want to be pissed off, like, and so I'll just watch some of those things. Why did we sign him for such a big contract, though? I think Brandon Beane just saw something in him, right? He's fast, small, solid special teams guy. We're just going to have to see what's up. But, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This was my nice little D-Hop Watch live stream. I am going live again today at 5 p.m. EST for Bills Mafia Happy Hour. We're going to be discussing a lot about Bills OTAs, things we learned, things we didn't learn. And we'll go from there. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you here in about an hour or so. Later.